What's up, everybody? Welcome to a PlayStation Conversation. I'm Greg Miller, and this is the Pride of Long Island. Colin Moriarty.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm good, but I'll tell you who's not well. Ellen Page. She's very mad at The Last of Us. She had this Ask Me Anything over on Reddit over the weekend, in which someone asked, hey, Ellen Page, how do you feel about Ellie in The Last of Us looking like you? Ellen Page responded, quote, I guess I should be flattered that they ripped off my likeness, but I am actually acting in a video game called Beyond Two Souls, so it was not appreciated. Harsh words from Ellen. Now, before put down your pitchforks and your torches there, let's talk a little bit about it.
Using a little bit of poke like this.
Yeah, don't do that yet to Ellen Page. Hosted a panel with her at Comic-Con. It was her, David Cage, talking about Beyond Two Souls, another PlayStation exclusive coming out this year. And in it, she talked about not being a huge gamer. When they were trying to sell her on the idea of Beyond Two Souls, they sent her basically a gift basket that was a PS3 and Heavy Rain so she could get going.
Do you think there was some wine and cheese in the gift basket?
I would hope so. I would hope so. And the hamburger phone from Juno, just for the hell of it. Yeah, there you go. You don't get enough of these, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Probably some wine from David Cage's French friends. I don't know what the hell's going on.
He has his own.
His own vineyard.
His
own vineyard.
Yeah.
It's Aiden's fault. We're getting off track.
Yeah.
I don't think that Ellen's super versed to know enough that Naughty Dog is a AAA developer to know that they wouldn't go and just rip off somebody's likeness out of the blue. But to her credit, and a lot of people who just don't pay attention to things, the first trailer we ever saw at VGA's, Ellie did look a lot like Ellen Page.
Yeah, and maybe the inspiration was drawn from her. I mean, that wouldn't be surprising, but they did change the character and the way she looked. Now, that could be because the games look too similar, and that could be it. I kind of think that they made her younger, Ellie younger in Beyond Two Souls, or in The Last of Us, in order to kind of create a bigger bond in terms of the father-daughter.
Right, that was one of the big things they talked about, right? When they did, because they basically de-aged Ellie. They took her from she was more like 14, 15 down to like 11, 10, whatever. I forget what they say she is.
I thought it was like, she was like 12, 13 now, and she was maybe like 15, 16.
Right, because then, when you get to be that teenager, especially in mid-teens, you start trying to be your own person and branch out more, whereas this made sense that Ellie would listen to Joel, I think, and go about it. But they also did soften her features, change it up to make Ellie, as we know her now in the final game, to look more like Ashley Johnson, who portrays her, voice acting, Milcat.
Right, yeah, I think the bigger thing here is that, Ellen Page is probably inevitably going to have to say something else about this because she kind of attacked Sony's crown jewel developer.
Yeah, totally.
And Sony obviously is publishing The Last of Us and they own Naughty Dog. They don't own the Quantum Tree, but they are publishing and own Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah.
So this is a huge conflict of interest for Sony.
They don't want infighting.
Yeah, and like for the two biggest games of the year for PS3, and Beyond Two Souls is probably going to really be the swan song on Gran Turismo for PS3. You don't kind of want this weird conflict going on. She clearly doesn't understand the ecosystem. Or maybe she doesn't, she just doesn't care, but I also think it's like it's like strong language to use about a developer of that caliber.
There's so many moving parts here. I totally understand that while she's making major motion pictures, she doesn't know the intricacies of the PlayStation ecosystem like we do. But yeah, Ellen Page, if you're listening, it's okay. They didn't do it on purpose. Dial back the language, kid. We love you. Let's let Beyond Two Souls be good, please. Right?
Oh, God, I hope so.
Oh, man.
Not shaped up too good.
I know, you're worried about that. We did another conversation about that, you and Goldfarb. You should watch that. And for everything about that PlayStation ecosystem we love so much, keep it here on IGN. Beyond.
Beyond.